I know. You're probably thinking to yourself, man, that Lisa, she's talented. I've never been asked to do that at parties, though. Hey, y'all, and welcome to a new week of Hot Chocolate Chat. Today I'm drinking a hot chocolate because it's raining outside. I don't know if you can hear it or not. And we're going to talk about weird things you ate as a kid. On our recent trip to Washington, we were at a restaurant. We were talking about weird things that I fed my kids when they were little, but I didn't think they were weird. For example, I would make refried beans, and if I didn't have tortillas, I would just put them on a slice of bread. Bean sandwiches. I ate bean sandwiches as a kid, and I fed my kids bean sandwiches. That's not weird. And another apparently weird thing that I made was something that I call bologna bowls. I'm going to share the recipe for bologna bowls now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to make them at lunch. So you take a piece of bologna and you put it on a juice glass, and you put that in the microwave. Just like a little juice glass, you put the bologna on top in a microwave. And then you microwave it for like 30 seconds, and then the bologna starts to go like that around the juice glass. Now here comes the yummy part. So you take that out of the microwave and you flip it over, and then you have like a bologna bowl, and you can fill it with like SpaghettiOs. Maybe it's unusual, maybe it's creative, but certainly it's not weird. At least not to me. So have you ever eaten a bologna bowl? That's what I want to talk about today, weird things that I fed my kids when they were little. And have you ever eaten a bologna bowl or a bean sandwich? Hey y'all, and welcome back to Hot Chocolate Chat. Today I'm drinking a hot chocolate, and I want to talk about hard to pronounce names. And it's not really that they're hard to pronounce, it's more that the spelling kind of throws you off, and you're like, how do you say that? For example, my last name is spelled H-A-A-R. So, I want to know, how do you think that's pronounced? It's pronounced har, but it's spelled H-A-A-R. Now, let me tell you how people mispronounce this. Some people will see my name and they'll say, Mrs. Hare? And I'm like, no. Mrs. Whore? No. It's har. Like, Captain Har, or Hardy Har Har. Har. And I can sort of understand why, because I'm sure there's like some rule in the English language about two A's together is pronounced a certain way, but I will even say it's spelled H-A-A-R, two A's, and then I'll watch them write it with two R's. This happened to my sister one time. Her name is spelled G-I-N-A, and the guy pronounced it Gina. No. And yes, I have a daughter that her name is spelled A-N-N-A, but we pronounce it Anna, not Anna. And I also have a son. His name is spelled H-A-N-S, and it's Hans, not Hans. These are your hands. His name is Hans. So I'm probably bringing that upon them without, like, unintentionally, but sorry, not sorry. That's what I want to talk about today. If you have a name that's mispronounced often, let me know. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Hot Chocolate Chat. Today I'm drinking water because hydration is important. We're not going to talk about my hair, but we are going to talk about how you remember things. And I would say, but that hair though. I know. While we were at Father's Day lunch the other day, my mom and dad were talking about watching brain games and how they told you how to remember stuff. So let me tell you. Let me just put this disclaimer out there. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a brainiac. I've never stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. Maybe I have. I don't remember. I'm not even entirely sure when you're supposed to do this, but they said to remember stuff, you're supposed to look to the left and the right, just moving your eyes only. So when you move your eyes left to right, it's supposedly like going to make both sides of your brain work together to help you remember. For me, it's like, science! And that's definitely not my area of expertise. Have you ever heard of doing that? Like, just moving your eyes so your brain starts to work together? What do you do to help you to help yourself remember something. That's what I want to talk about today, whether or not you've tried the eyes left to right thing or how do you remember stuff. So let me know. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Hot Chocolate Chat. Today I'm drinking a hot chocolate from Starbucks, and I want to talk about the things that I remember from high school. And did y'all see that I did that thing to help me remember? Did y'all watch my snap yesterday? And let's take a moment for the lipstick. Kat Von D. Wow, it's bright and it's out there, but I don't really like it. It came in one of my subscription boxes, so I'm trying it to see if I like it, but I don't. It's just, I don't know, woo, the color. Now, some of you folks watching may remember a lot more if you're a recent graduate, but someone like me that was like 32 years ago, not so much. I learned in high school the prologue to Chaucer's Canterbury Tales in, I think it's Middle English. I just Googled it, and it is Middle English. I don't know why we learned it in Middle English. I don't know, but I remember it, at least part of it. One that April with his shortest suita, the drocht of March have pierced to the rota, and ba that every vein and swish liqueur, in which vertu engendered is the floor. I know. You're probably thinking to yourself, man, that Lisa, she's talented. I've never been asked to do that at parties, though. I actually know a little bit more of it, but I'm going to spare you. I don't know why we learned it that way. I don't know what the purpose was, but I remember. And I also learned, I think it was in, I'm sure it was in world history because it sure wasn't Texas history, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, in 1493, there was a papal line of demarcation. That's it on that one. That's all I got for you. I don't even know why I remember that one random fact, but I do. Thanks for tuning in for the first ever episode of What I Remember Learning in High School. Let me know what you remember learning in high school. If you remember what you learned in high school. Maybe it's a blur. I don't know. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Hot Chocolate Chat. Today I'm drinking a hot chocolate from Starbucks because I can. And I want to know how you answered this question. How are you? So someone says to you, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How you doing? Or whatever. So how do you answer it? I know some people will answer. Okay, start over. I know some people will say, oh, I'm doing good. And then like the English major people and like the grammar Nazi people and stuff like that will say, oh, that's not how you're supposed to say it. You're supposed to say something like, I'm doing well, or I am well, or something like that. And I'm just like, when someone asks me how I'm doing, I always say, oh, I'm doing awesome. And then I automatically think like, oh, I'm probably not supposed to say it that way. So if you're not supposed to say I'm doing good, I'm pretty sure you're probably not supposed to say I'm doing awesome, but I'm still going to say it. So tell me, come on, I'm listening. Somebody says, hey, how are you doing? How's it going? What do you say? And if any of y'all out there know why you're supposed to say I'm doing well, as opposed to I'm doing good or I'm doing awesome, let me know. That's what I want to talk about today. How do you respond to the question, hey, how's it going? How you doing? How you doing? How you be? If you want to stalk me on Snapchat, it's Side of Awesome, and on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, it's Side of Awesome 5. But just don't stalk me in real life, though, because that's creepy.